What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from A Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place in the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on all social medias, Twitter and Instagram at A Connection TV. Now, I want to talk about the creator. I went to go see the creator, and I don't do movie reviews that much anymore because y'all don't watch them. And I did a movie review channel, but yeah, anyways. But I wanted to talk about this movie because I thought that it was going to be awesome. You know, the reviews about it was that it was phenomenally artistic and creative and well made, and it was only an $80 million budget, but the movie looks like it was a $200 million budget, and it does. I think creatively, artistically, visually, the movie is stunning, and for only $80 million, it's amazing, right? And so what studio wouldn't want to get behind an $80 million juggernaut of a sci-fi fantasy film? Anyone would. Any studio would. At least, in my mind, any studio would. And on paper, it looks like it would be great, right? You have a leading guy that's an African-American man, and you have an Asian woman as the love interest, and why wouldn't people want to see this? Well, people didn't go see it. You know, who is John David Washington? He is Denzel Washington's son. But do we care? Me personally, I don't care. Like, John David Washington is not Denzel, right? And he's not trying to be, but in terms of his appeal, to put him as a lead man in a movie, you would want that appeal. Like, if I'm creating a film, I would want people to come out to see my film. And so, business-wise, it didn't make sense to make John David Washington the lead. I don't know. But is that the reason why the movie flopped? For me, no, that's not the reason why the movie flopped for me, but the initial box office numbers speaks volume. Why didn't people want to go see this film? John David Washington is the lead. Gemma Chan is the co-lead, kinda, even though she's not really in the movie. Like, why didn't people want to go see it? You would only have to blame the top two leading actors in the film. John David Washington is not pulling people out there like that. And neither is Gemma Chan. So that's a part of the reason it has to be, right? You know what I'm saying? The demo for this is actually extremely not diverse, right? Mainly male, mainly men went to go see this film, but the African American percentage is really, really low. Not a lot of people are into John David Washington like that to really care. Neither are they into Gemma Chan. So thinking about the trailer, thinking about the promotional material, thinking about the marketing, thinking about what's drawing people to go see this, mainly it would be the robotic sci-fi element of the film drawing people to go see this. But if you added a top-notch actor, someone who's charismatic, someone who has a following to be the lead, that would have drawn people in to initially go see the film, right? If this was a diverse cast overall with some prominent actors or popular actors, that could have drawn more people in to go see the film. So then I go see the film just because of, not because of the actors, but because of the sci-fi element of the film. And I'm interested and curious, and people saying this is an $80 million budget and the film looks fantastic, and it does. The trailers didn't really sell me on anything though, but I wanted to see what this was all about. Watching the film, I had to question whether or not I should continue sitting down during the film. The film is broken up into acts, but they're not called Act 1 or Act 2. It's segments. I'll say it's broken into segments, and they're titled. And the film does this on screen. It'll say, it'll be a pause and it'll say mother. Then it'll be a pause and it'll say friend or some crap. Like these titles. And doing that on a film in the theater doesn't really bode well for me. It takes me out of the experience. It makes it feel like it's an episode within a movie. And now I have to change, mentally I have to change my mind to figure out what are we talking about? And we're talking about this title, so I had to hone in. I feel like that was done because the movie was long already, and I feel like, you know, the director, Gareth Edwards, wanted to get to the point. The problem for me with getting to the point on an original IP is that I need to understand the point before we get to the point. The reason why this movie took me out of caring about it was because in the beginning act, or the beginning segment, we have John David Washington and Gemma Chan who are frolicking in bed, and she's pregnant. And, you know, something happens in the house, they get raided, and things happen. From the very beginning, I'm not afforded the opportunity to give a damn. There was not enough story for me to care about a Gemma Chan being pregnant, for me to care about a John David Washington being part robotic, for me to care about their house getting raided, and then the bomb at the end of that first segment. I did not care. There wasn't enough time given to me to care. And I'm not just gonna tune in to these two people frolicking in bed and understand that they have a child and be like, oh, it's great, and they're husband and wife. I felt like the whole point of John David Washington's plight in the movie was to find this woman that was his wife. But we never got an emotional connection between him and her. I never cared that it was his wife. So in my mind, why is he caring the whole movie about finding this woman that we don't know, and all we do know is that it's just his wife? So he's like so distraught and like wanting to find her, and I'm like, that's not enough of I don't care. Like, it's your wife. I don't care. Like, the title of this woman being your wife is not making me feel like I need to sit here for 2 hours and 40 minutes to watch this and you find her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't care. It took me out of it. I didn't care. And then I'm breaking it up in segments. I was like, all right. Oh, like, what is this? And then we meet the reason that this movie exists in the form of a child. Madeline Yuna Yoles. Never heard of her before in my life. Don't know who this person is. But I did not care. We didn't get a chance to know her or to care about her. She was just introduced. This is the reason that the movie exists. This is what John has been assigned to take out. And he doesn't want to take the android out anymore because why? Why? Because as a kid? Okay. Like, I don't know. I just didn't care. There was nothing. I didn't care about this movie at all. I didn't care about John. I didn't care about Gemma. I didn't care about Madeline. I didn't care about Ken Watanabe. I didn't care about none of the people in this film. None of the people in this film. And it wasn't until the end where, no spoilers, but it wasn't until the end where we're like, okay, the purpose of watching this film was because of this. Gareth Edwards took that moment away at the end and left us with this child. So I don't know about anybody else, but when you're watching a movie and you're made and forced to care, even though I didn't care, but you're forced to sit through this movie and watch this entire movie because of the protagonist. And the protagonist has a mission. You want to at least see that mission come through at the end. And the main mission for John's character was to find the wife and be with the wife. But the way that they ended it was like, what was the point? And so I walked out the movie like, this was dumb. Like, this was dumb. This was dumb. And so you have them not giving us a famous name, a famous face to draw the people in to see this film. John David Washington is not famous enough for anybody to care. Clearly, the numbers are there. Neither is Gemma Chan. They're great actors. I'm not saying that they're not bad actors. Great actors, but no one cared because no one went to go see the movie. Even though it was an $80 million budget, no one went to go see it, right? There wasn't enough star power to draw people in, right? And then leaving the movie, I was like, that was a waste of time. An utter waste of time. Artistically great, beautifully, visually great. But I didn't understand, like, I understood why John was doing everything that he was doing, but I just didn't care. I just didn't care. And then the movie being split in segments made it horrible for me. Like, why are you splitting this movie up? Why are you forcing me to understand where you're at now? Like, you know what I'm saying? It just takes me out of the experience. And then the ending was trash. And then the child actor could have been someone else. Just could have been someone else. Like the moment where she's crying because they're getting separated, I just was like, are you serious? Like, this is the performance that we're going to get? Why is she crying? They have not spent that much time with each other for her to cry that much. And how does she understand emotion that much at this point? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just, I don't know. The movie wasn't fleshed out enough for me. There wasn't enough star power in the movie, and there wasn't enough diverse casting in the movie for me to care that much. And then the movie just pushes you through every segment, and you don't get the opportunity to understand the care and concern for these people. I didn't care about John needing to find his wife. I didn't care. And I didn't care about the child, like, at all. Like, I just didn't care about it. Anyways, that to me, as a black man going in to see this film, would be the reason why the film didn't resonate with me. And this is what I feel is the problem for the movie. You know what I'm saying? It has a 67% Rotten Tomatoes score, 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb. I don't know what else to say about it, but I could have walked out of the theater. You know, it's damn for sure not a part of my top 3 films of the year list. It's not that at all. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is number 1. And then Equalizer 3 is number 2. Yeah. No shade. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Leave your comments below. Did you like the film? Did you understand what I was saying about the film? Why do you think the film underperformed? You know what I'm saying? It underperformed. So it wasn't number 1 this weekend. It is what it is. Pause was. The creator got beat out by Pause. Okay? Anyways, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Deuces.